Everyone experiences life differently, shaped by their struggles, joys, and lessons learned. As people age, their perspectives evolve, and they begin to appreciate places that offer them wisdom, tranquility, and a deeper connection with themselves and the world. Older women, in particular, often seek out places that resonate with their inner peace and philosophical understanding of life. Through the lens of Stoicism, which teaches that external circumstances should not dictate one's inner peace, certain places hold a special significance for women who have witnessed life's ups and downs. These locations are not merely physical spaces, but sanctuaries where they can reflect, grow, and embrace the impermanence of life. Such women no longer chase fleeting pleasures or superficial luxuries. Instead, they're drawn to places that provide serenity, introspection, and a connection to nature or history. They understand that happiness is not found in external possessions, but in a well-ordered mind. This realization makes them gravitate toward locations that reinforce their Stoic values: patience, resilience, and acceptance. Stoicism emphasizes that true freedom lies in controlling one's perceptions and emotions rather than trying to manipulate the world around us. Older women who resonate with this philosophy recognize that peace is cultivated within. The places they prefer are not chosen for extravagance, but for the wisdom and clarity they provide. If a woman has faced hardships, endured loss, and experienced the highs and lows of life, she understands that real joy is not in accumulating things, but in appreciating moments of stillness and learning from them. These places serve as reminders that life is transient, and true strength lies in adapting to its unpredictability. For them, places of natural beauty are not just scenic spots. They are teachers of impermanence. A flowing river, a silent mountain, or a vast desert reflects the very nature of existence, always changing, never still. Similarly, historical sites are not just ruins, but symbols of humanity's rise and fall, teaching valuable lessons about time and resilience. A Stoic woman does not visit a place merely for pleasure. She visits to reflect, to learn, and to find peace. Whether it's a quiet library filled with ancient texts, a secluded monastery, or a windswept cliff overlooking the ocean, each location provides her with an opportunity to deepen her understanding of herself and the world. The question arises, what are these places that older women cherish? Are they merely peaceful retreats, or do they hold deeper philosophical significance? For women who follow Stoic principles, certain locations stand out because they remind them of the fundamental truths of existence. They seek places where they can experience solitude without feeling lonely, where they can find wisdom without searching too hard, and where they can feel a connection to something greater than themselves. A woman who has embraced Stoicism knows that everything is temporary. She understands that external events are beyond her control, but her response to them is always within her grasp. This understanding leads her to places where she can observe the world without attachment, where she can witness beauty without possession, and where she can embrace stillness without feeling restless. These locations are not just tourist destinations, but places of transformation. A dense forest, for example, is not merely a collection of trees. It is a place where she can experience the stillness of nature, hear the wisdom of silence, and realize how insignificant human concerns truly are in the grand scheme of life. For some women, an ancient library holds the same significance as a sacred temple. The sight of centuries-old books, filled with the thoughts of those who came before, reminds them of the power of knowledge and the continuity of human wisdom. A Stoic woman understands that true learning is not just about gathering information, but about shaping one's character. This is why older women who follow Stoic principles are drawn to places that offer them inner peace, reflection, and a sense of history. They recognize that life is unpredictable, but the lessons they have learned and the wisdom they have gained will always stay with them. Stoicism teaches us to align our expectations with reality rather than resisting the inevitable. Women who have seen the ebb and flow of life understand that true contentment does not come from external sources, but from an inner state of acceptance. They know that even the most beautiful landscape can only bring joy if the mind is at peace. For this reason, they choose places that strengthen their inner resilience, help them accept the impermanence of life, and encourage them to reflect on the deeper meaning of existence. They travel not just to see the world, but to understand themselves better. When a woman stands atop a mountain and looks at the vast landscape below, she is not merely admiring the view. She is contemplating her own journey. She realizes that just as mountains remain standing despite the storms, a strong person must remain steadfast in the face of adversity. These places become not just sources of beauty, but symbols of endurance. If she spends time by a river, she observes how the water flows effortlessly, carving its way through obstacles. She understands that life, too, must be approached with adaptability and grace, flowing forward without resistance. Such moments reinforce the Stoic belief that it is not the external world that defines us, but our ability to navigate it with wisdom. A serene garden, for example, might be a place where she goes to experience the beauty of simplicity. It teaches her that just as plants grow with time, patience, and care, inner peace is also cultivated through consistent effort and mindful living. Likewise, a monastery high in the mountains might be a preferred destination, not because of religious devotion, but because it represents detachment from the material world. The quiet halls, the disciplined routine, and the absence of distractions serve as a reminder that true happiness comes from within. For some, a historical battlefield or an old city square might carry significance. These places serve as reminders of human resilience, of societies that have risen and fallen, and of the impermanence of power and wealth. They teach that everything passes, both triumphs and tragedies. A secluded beach, where the waves meet the shore in an endless rhythm, can offer lessons in patience and acceptance. The tide comes in, and the tide goes out, just as joys and sorrows ebb and flow in life. Learning to embrace this rhythm, rather than resisting it, is a fundamental Stoic principle. Some women may find solace in vast open plains, where the horizon stretches endlessly, symbolizing freedom from unnecessary desires. In such places, they feel unburdened, recognizing that the fewer attachments they have, the lighter their soul becomes. The essence of Stoicism is accepting that we have control over our thoughts and reactions, but not over external events. Women who live by this philosophy understand that true peace is not found in a specific place, but within their own minds. However, certain places help them cultivate this peace more deeply. This is why older women prefer places that allow them to reflect on their lives, embrace change with grace, and strengthen their Stoic mindset. These are not just places of beauty, but places of meaning, where they can stand still and truly see, not just the world around them, but the wisdom within them. Every place they visit, whether a mountain peak or a quiet temple, serves as a lesson. It reminds them that nothing is permanent, that peace comes from acceptance, and that wisdom is found not in clinging to life, but in understanding its fleeting nature. In the end, the places they cherish most are not necessarily the ones with the grandest views or the most famous names, but the ones that bring them closer to their own inner strength. Whether sitting by a river, walking through a quiet forest, or reading in an ancient library, they find solace in knowing that true fulfillment does not come from the place itself, but from a mindset they carry wherever they go.